All right.
Oh, hey y'all, we finally made it. How y'all doing today? We back for another episode, an amazing episode for y'all today.
Yes, most definitely. I am present.
We are present and accountable, honey. Okay.
Yes. So this evening we're going to be talking about the title is called Femininity and
No, it's not.
what
It's
is it
called
called?
the Erotic Blueprint.
Well, okay, erotic blueprint
That's what it's
and
called.
sacred
Where
femininity.
biology meets the sacred femininity.
I knew sacred femininity was somewhere in the title. Okay.
Y'all see what I'm working with?
All right. So my name is Tasha Griffin. I'm a family nurse practitioner. My office is located in downtown of Orlando, and we are a medical and wellness clinic. And right next to me,
I'm your girl, Mika Ma'at. I've been a nurse for 16 years, currently in school for my nurse practitioner license. As I've told y'all a million times, I'm a hostage, okay? Check on your girl. So, yes, today we're here to talk about basically the pleasure principles, honey. And not only are we going to talk about it, we have an amazing special guest, okay? Is she a special guest and she a specialist when it comes to the pleasure principles? Okay.
it's the principle of the pleasure.
Listen, and she gonna give it to us raw. I don't know how y'all like it, but
I'm excited.
mm-hmm.
My senses is tingling, and I can't wait to hear it.
Me too. Like I'm so excited to hear the things that she got to talk about. Like I've known her for a long time. This is my girl. You know, I know her as the G Spot Honey, aka Lynn. Okay, but y'all gonna know her as Coach Georgia Skyers. She's amazing. Like I said, I've known her for a long time, so y'all gonna hear us Kiki a lot because that's my girl. So let me tell y'all a little bit about her. So she's been a registered nurse for 30 years. She's an experienced certified sexuality counselor and a sexual assault nurse examiner. Which, if you have questions about that, that's actually more of a sensitive topic, and so maybe we'll have her back on for something like that. But that's an amazing specialty to have. She specializes in supporting women who experience sexual dysfunction, chronic pelvic pain, intimacy struggles. She works with women whose bodies have changed, and we all been going through change, honey.
Very
Y'all
much
know we
so.
change all the time. So basically, what she's saying is that she specializes in women and getting us to what could we call it? The peak.
Yes, because like I said earlier, on my live, we as women sometimes, because our mind connects to our body and connects to our spirit when we're intimate, so it's not one separate entity. All has to be come into one in order for us to enjoy the pleasure principles when we are intimate with our partner. So
Exactly.
therefore, they all have to sync, and a lot of times they're not. And like I also mentioned, some of us women, sit there and watch Law and Order because they just want the situation to be over with and not enjoy the moment. And because intimacy is fun,
Right.
it's fun and it's healthy, and it helps enhance the relationship if it's done right and correctly, in my
Right.
opinion.
So to get more into it, honey, let's get Coach Georgia on the line, honey. Let me bring her in, y'all. Give me one moment.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, lady.
Y'all,
We
there go
did.
my girl,
I'm just
honey.
happy that we was able to click on that and it worked.
Yes. Because we don't specialize in StreamYard, but honey, we got Coach Georgia on the line. Hey girl.
Hey, how are you?
Good. How you doing?
Listen, Tamika, you killing me with the Lynn.
You know your name, Lynn. Girl, stop playing with these people. If you know, you know.
I said, she's Georgia Lynn.
That's right. That's right.
It's all right.
You know, I'll play by her.
Nice to meet you, Ty.
Yes, this is Tasha, Georgia.
Hi, Miss Georgia. How are you?
I'm doing very well. It's pleased
Okay,
to
good.
meet
Bless the
you.
highly favored, honey. Yes, indeed.
Yes.
So,
So, Georgia, what you want to tell us any more about yourself? I gave them a little bit of a rundown, but
Okay, sure. So what can I say about me?
it's not on.
How I got into this sexual wellness business? Because I
Mhm.
heard you did a wonderful job on my background.
Thank you.
Yeah, but how I ended up in women's sexual wellness is, all these years of being a nurse, I sat with women who whispered their questions about pain, desire, or shame, like they were confessing a secret.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so I saw how disconnected so many of us were from our own bodies, and how pleasure seemed to be an optional thing or even forbidden as I listened.
Mm-hmm.
So my calling became helping women see themselves differently. So I guide women to slow down, listen to their bodies, um, listen to the whispering, because see, that's the thing about the feminine. The body whispers to us. And if we're
Right.
too busy and caught up in everything else in this life, we don't hear what she's saying. And so that is how we get into not honoring our bodies and learning and understanding what pleasure is. And I decided that I think I'm the woman to take this on.
When I'm
Because
telling y'all, that's an understatement. She is the woman to take this on.
Tamika, you know me long enough. When I get tired of the foolery, like, get it together,
That's right.
sit back, lean back, and let her tell you what she needs.
Yes, honey.
And so I entered into this space, just to make sure that I get it loud and clear across to our women that pleasure isn't just physical. It's not about pleasing someone. Pleasure
Right.
is a homecoming. It's a homecoming.
Oh, a homecoming. I like that.
Yes, Tamika, it's
Get
a
into it.
homecoming. It's
Oh.
understanding what's inside of her.
Mm-hmm.
What makes her feel good.
Right.
Okay. And when a woman reconnects with that part of herself, she doesn't just light up the bedroom, honey. She lights up her
Oh,
entire life.
period,
Because
honey.
if you want to hear about depression, you want to hear about anxiety, you want to hear about listlessness, talk to a woman who
Right.
is deprived of
Right.
pleasure.
I
And
think
so I'm
too.
the one to do this.
She is. She ain't lying. Okay, you don't know her, but when I'm telling you, she ain't lying.
Mm-hmm.
If you knew the stories, girl. But we gonna zip like that though. Keep that secret. But when you talk about women reconnecting with their sexuality, I think that sometimes women might find that difficult because they've never been connected to it in the first place. Because a lot of times women, we don't even know what does pleasure feel like. What is the pleasure? What does the pleasure, how should I feel when I'm in the pleasure?
And where does the pleasure originate from?
Yeah.
Where does it start? So I think this is very, very interesting.
Yes, girl. We need
Yes,
to get to that.
yes. And it starts within. We mentioned society giving us a prescription
Mm-hmm.
for what we as women or what women should accept,
Right.
or what a woman's role is in the bedroom, or lack of a role, actually.
Right.
And for the most part, women have been conditioned to believe that she's a receiver of some kind of pleasure, or not even pleasure, but she's a receiver of a performance from someone else. And
Mm-hmm.
the performer gets the pleasure, and she is the vessel that's delivering this thing, but the feeling of pleasure is not hers.
Right.
That's what we're led to believe anyways. And so remember, women were chastised if
This
they
is so
thought
true.
they felt something good.
Right.
What do you mean you felt a tingling down there? We got
Right.
to chase that out of you.
Hmm. So when you speak about basically, okay, so
If you think about it, Tamika, remember how the vibrator came about.
Oh
And
yeah,
it's
I
to,
remember
and
that.
it's to
Yeah,
treat hysteria.
it was a street hysteria.
exactly, we
Yeah.
we we she told me that as a
Okay.
Mhm. Mhm.
And
Mhm.
how
They
dare
definitely
these
don't.
women act like they wanted to feel anything?
Mhm.
Right.
We got to treat this problem.
Mhm.
It's still a
Yeah.
problem because we ain't feeling nothing. Honey. We still got a problem out here.
Well, and hence why, back then, back in the day, because remember the device was considered a medical tool.
Right.
Yes.
So the women were going to the doctor to get their fix due to their hysteria, right? Quote
Should have been
unquote.
crazy every day.
Right. And
Every day.
so once they experienced the hysteria, they kept having it
Mhm.
because whatever the end solution was, they felt very relieved and happy again, right? So they kept going back. And
Of course.
so I'm going to keep having hysteria too in order to use that machine so that
Yeah.
I can release whatever it is that's causing my hysteria and
Yes.
be definitely
Yes.
elated
I'm
from.
hysterical right now. I mean, I need to see the doctor.
So where's your machine? Where's your tool?
My tools are at
We
home.
get her some vibration therapy. That's
Vibration.
Let me tell you
Oh,
something.
I
vibration.
prescribe vibration therapy all day long.
Now you don't know this, and Georgia might not even know this, but I think Georgia Lynn is the one who introduced me to my first vibration therapy. That's why I say she made for this, honey.
So
Okay, right.
vibration therapy is what you sit on a machine and it like it jiggles or something.
No, go ahead, Georgia.
Get you a vibrator, honey.
Oh, a vibrator, like a
Yes,
literally a vibrator, not
yes,
not
ma'am.
not a vibration plate.
No, I'm done. Stay on topic. Stay on topic.
Get you, and we can laugh about this, right? But think about on a larger scale, women who look at that little thing as, oh, because that only belongs to a certain kind of woman,
Right.
And
and
what woman is that?
it's the
A woman
fast
of the
ones.
night,
It's
honey. A
the,
woman
the,
of the
the,
night.
the fast ones.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah. So it's good. Listen, the design to destroy pleasure for women was a brilliant one. They
mm-hmm.
have managed to succeed and have women shamed and sitting in the background, being vessels, delivering pleasure, but at the end of it, not receiving any.
Right.
So I I have a practice here locally in Florida in Lady Lake, and mostly I see women who have been in long-standing relationships who have never enjoyed sex, don't even know what they are supposed to be getting out of it. And you see this after they've been in relationships 18, 20 years. And
Wow.
and when do you see it? When the kids are grown, when it's just the two of you, when now you got to
Right.
focus on you
Mm-hmm.
because mama isn't busy anymore. The baby is
Right.
18. So you got to spend time with Michael. And then
No,
you realize
And Michael's a vibrator.
no, Mike was the husband.
Michael
Oh,
is the
okay.
man, honey. And you got to spend time with Michael, but then you're now realizing it's not even, I don't even really, it's nothing to write home about.
Oh,
So what I have, and that's a good point that you made, right? Because a lot of times women in our age group, this is the stage where our kids are grown, they're going to school, and now it's just us, as like you said, me and John within these four walls. And now I have to look at you every day and not worry about checking off my list of things to do. And being intimate was one of them. So you saw it as a lot of us see it as a task. They
mm-hmm.
don't see it as an enjoyment. And so now that those tasks are being eliminated because your kids are no longer there, they're not a priority because they're not living in your house. Now all your attention is with John, and now you're like, but I never really enjoyed it in the first place, and you want to do it tonight. I'm not in the mood because I was never in the mood to begin with. I never enjoyed it. I
Right.
just viewed it as another thing to do. Put that
Performance.
scratch off my list so I can go to bed.
Right. In peace.
And so you come to me and you say, okay, it's not working. The first question I usually ask women is, what do you like? What's what's pleasing to you? What's pleasure? What do you find pleasurable?
What do you
Cricket.
find
What's the
pleasurable?
answer? What's the answer that you find most frequent? I feel
Cricket.
like they would say they don't know.
Crickets.
Crickets, honey.
Crickets?
Crickets.
Well, I don't know. I've never thought about it. So you've been in this relationship for 18 years, for 20 years, and you don't know what pleases you?
Mm.
Not so those are the types of answers that I get the most. Or the offhand of that would be a woman who would say, well, when I was in my 20s, when I had my first boyfriend, when it was like a steal hookup,
What you mean? What you mean a steal?
because we hooking up behind the movie theater somewhere.
It was
Um,
spontaneous. It was hot and steamy, honey.
yeah, and
Oh,
and
That.
and and that's when things are sopping, dripping,
Mm,
adrenaline's pumping,
yeah. I'm talking about
mm.
wet, wet. Okay.
wet. It's a double wet. Okay,
Yeah.
so so the perception is that it's going to continue to be that way now that you're 20 years in,
Mm.
when your own body is not the same.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, again, his body's not the same.
Period, honey. Show.
And so I the discussion I have is, back then it took nothing for you to feel good, honey. Touch your shoulder and you're shaking all over the place,
Right.
because it was almost forbidden, right? In a lot of cases. But now, when I said, now you're a real woman.
A real woman, honey.
And here's the one that gets me when I say, okay, so you don't know what's pleasing to you. Have you tried self-pleasure? Honey, if stairs could give me a black eye, I wouldn't be doing this role much. Because every
I know
time
people.
I
A
bring
lot of
up,
people consider that to be very taboo, honey. Do
every
not
time I bring it up, somebody
touch the
punches me in the
booty.
eye with their looks.
People feel
So
ashamed about that.
100%. So
Mhm.
my question to women is often this one: you don't please yourself. You don't touch parts of you. So how do you know where your zones are? Where is your erotic zone?
Right.
Well, maybe.
It's okay. It's
Go
a safe
ahead,
space. It's
ask
safe.
it, honey.
You
Ask
said,
it.
well, wait a minute, because I have a group of friends, honey. We know where our pleasure principles are, honey. Get me a shower head, and then
Oh,
they
girl,
say
that
that
shower head.
Okay.
they go ahead and please. I'm just saying. So what this is for me. This is for me. Speaking from my personal experience, because we don't talk about this, right? We don't talk about how to please yourself and how to please your man. So it wasn't until I had gotten small groups with my friends,
Mhm.
and I remember my first encounter where we were in Applebee's or something, and they were showing it on video on how to give fellatio and how to also can turn a woman on by doing that.
Mhm.
And I was like, oh, that's how you do it. And one of my friends pulled out a banana and said, this is how you stroke it. And this, I was like, oh my, so um, while I was younger, I was clutching my pearls. I was like,
But literally.
oh, so that's how it's done. But I mean, saying that to say, as I got older, my even though my circle has changed, the topic is not taboo. You know what I'm saying? So we still talk about it and talk about our pleasure zones.
Mhm.
Just for a quick key. So I have not encountered being around, and maybe because I'm a nurse, and nurses, we're pretty graphic. Nothing really like shocks us. If there's no shock value for the most
Right.
part, we pretty
Right.
much we've seen and done it all. And so it's
Right.
easier for us to discuss it. But I don't know if that's the reason why I haven't encountered someone that said, oh no, I don't touch myself. I don't even know what that's even about. What is that down there? I don't even know, honey. So have you experienced that?
I have. I've had experienced women who feel like, honey, they don't even want to talk about that. They don't hear about it. Even women who really don't even know what their partner's private part looks like. I even
Mm.
tell that to my kids. You need to get down there and inspect, honey. You need to know what it look like, what it feel like, all of that. You need to know what you look like and feel like. You need to know what he look like and feel like. Because how would you know if something is wrong if you don't know what it look like and feel like?
100%.
So
100%.
I've met women that literally think that that's disgusting. They don't mind to have it inside, but honey, they don't want to be looking at it. Oh, it looks nasty. I don't want to see that thing. I'm like, to me, that's strange because I want to see it. Show me. Let me see. Lift it up.
Lift it up. You
Lift,
want to lift it
lift,
up?
lift it up. Let me see.
What you
But
looking
you
for?
know,
Lift. I want to see all of
I
it.
think it's, again, it's the messaging that we received. It's the messaging. And I believe women like ourselves, once we start to redirect help women
Mhm.
understand, look at their bodies differently. I always say to a woman, your body is sacred. Life comes through you. Do you
Period.
understand?
Mm-hmm.
I said, life comes out of there. And if you are the owner of that thing and you don't even want to be one with it,
Mm-hmm.
then you can't expect anyone who visits it should treat it with any respect because you
Not
don't.
the
Not one of
visit,
those.
honey. Anybody home?
Let me in.
Let me in.
Mm.
You anybody who visits that sacred place, they will have no business respecting it because you don't.
Facts.
And
That's facts.
so it for me, coming to see me is a whole practice of rewriting that script, stripping that shame.
Right.
Because I said, you have no right asking a partner to touch you, to please you, if you can't even do it yourself.
Mhm.
Right. At least with the shower head, honey. It needs to be
It
detachable.
leads with the shower
Okay.
head. And funny, we're talking about this shower head because it's a powerful tool.
It's
No pun
powerful.
intended.
When I tell you that ain't powerful, honey.
No,
Okay.
Be
no
careful which
pun,
stream you pick, honey, because you just never know what you gonna get.
no pun intended.
No pun intended, honey. Listen.
Listen, one of the first exercises or practices we give to women when we say, go out and learn what pleasure is the use of water.
Mm.
Let that
Mm.
water run down your body, not in any private parts. Just let that water run on your arm. Close your eyes, tune it all out, and just pay attention to what water feels like.
You like
Yeah, get a
that?
feather.
Oh, girl, don't
Oh.
send me with no feather,
Okay.
honey.
Okay, don't threaten me with a
I
good time.
now try this one, Lynn. You open your pull your hand out, and these inner parts of your hands that are not exposed to
Oh.
the
Oh,
elements like out here. See, like
Ah.
I carry melted massage candles that when you drip it on your body, it gives that little burn, but then it cools off.
oh.
But if you
Yes.
drip it somewhere in here that is so sensitive, you could get a buzz out of that.
You know, that's
Listen,
true.
just this feeling right here
It's amazing.
feels like some. It feels
But we
good.
don't know because we too busy packing the kids up, taking them to school, and then we got to come back and we got to fix the dinner, and then the laundry is piling up back there, and then I got to send that email. We don't know anything about in here.
Not at this big age, honey. I want to know about this here at this big age, honey. Okay.
Now, Tamika, I had sent you some images. Oh,
Oh, let me bring them up.
it's the one with the purple. It's got some purple markings, and there's a reason I wanted that one um displayed because it gives the point of what we focus on
Hmm.
from a pleasure perspective versus our other options,
Right.
right? So, listen, don't get me involved with this technology. You hear me?
Listen, because
But in the long and short of it is just helping our women understand that you got to change the narrative. You really do. And as women, we're so conditioned to perform. The word is perform. And sorry, pleasure is not a performance sport. There you go. Okay. Now look at that. That diagram is beautiful, isn't it? I can see it. I Now I don't know what you did with your sound, Mika. I can see the image, but I can't hear you. Now where did y'all go?
Okay,
There you go.
Okay,
we
can you hear
back.
us? We're back.
And I can hear you.
Okay, perfect.
I
Lord.
told
So I don't even know if I put my mouse there. Can you see it if I use my mouse?
you. No. You're gonna have
Wait.
to explain.
Okay. That's why it's color coded, baby.
Oh no, I can see
Okay.
your mouse. I can see it.
You can see it right here?
Go ahead.
You see my little motions?
No.
No?
Mm-mm.
Oh, there we go.
Oh
We
no,
see
that's
it.
my mouse. That's me.
Well, who's the little arrow?
It's just the big one following mine.
That's
Oh,
fine. I color code this for a reason because we be
okay.
having technology issues. So if you take a look at this diagram, I wanted it in this position for a reason. Way at the top where you see that purple or lavender is where a lot of us focus, right? We get our partners to go there and rub away to town like, yeah, that's it. And in 30 seconds it's over, you've exploded. That one big O and you're done. But you have robbed yourself of minutes upon top of minutes on top of minutes of pleasure, because where you see those light bluish teal marks, that's as far as where the clitoris extends and all the nerve endings. So imagine caressing that inner thigh or massaging any place on the thigh. You could do that massage to orgasm. Okay. I'm so tired of Tamika. And where did your sound go? Your sound went out again. But when you look at where we have the hard blue lines as well, those are great massage spots, great for vibration, great for pressure. And if somebody even takes just this part of their hand and really gets in there and must just rub on that area, you could lose your mind. But again, people don't focus on that area. We we send our partners to the pinnacle up here, to this zone where they only know to use two fingers and go up here, and it's over in 30 seconds. Honey, give yourself another 29 minutes by exploring all of the other areas. But we don't know that, because if a woman's partner has never explored any of the other areas and she hasn't explored them, then they go to die. And that's why I wanted to share this picture, just to show women as far as where the clitoris extends, way out there, the teal lines that you're looking at. So, learning how to explore your own body will teach you so much about where pleasure lives, because it's inside of you. It's inside of you. And you have to be able to call out pleasure for yourself before you start asking someone else to do it.
Right.
There you go. I can hear you now.
Perfect.
So
No, I agree with that. But I did not know that the clitoral, I guess, stimulation extended that far down. Did you know? I wasn't aware. And I know it got like a lot of nerve endings, from like 8,000 or something like that. But
so my next show with you, Tamika, should focus on something, where a lot of women do rubbing, and it's not rubbing of the clitoris. They get on something like a hard surface and just rub, and it's all down between where that blue area is, and you will see the explosion just from there, because those are deeper.
oh, we're learning so much, honey. This is amazing.
Yeah.
I did know that though. This is my friend. I mean, come on. This is my friend. I know.
Mika, I need you to go ahead and try. Put yourself on a hard surface now.
Yeah. Well, this is the thing, Ty. A lot of women, it was back in the day where they discovered women who go horseback riding. They weren't exactly doing it just to ride the horse. Yes, ma'am. You know, sound, your sound is out. We could take the image down if you want, because I noticed your sound started acting up once the image came up. She's back. I I can see you, but I can't hear you.
Down there. There we go.
There you go.
Yeah, you can hear us?
I can hear you now. Yes.
This is so weird.
The,
You might get no
I
data.
left you at T riding. I left you at T riding a horse.
Yes, I told her I need to get a horse now because you recommended it. Of course, I need a horse, darling. Why wouldn't I?
Well, if you don't want to get you a whole horse, you could go to like Texas Roadhouse,
I'm done.
one of those,
Not in front of the public, honey.
go to one of those steakhouse restaurants and ride you a bull, honey.
Oh, well, I mean, I could ride a little bull, honey. I ain't against that.
So it's so again, it's those simple things. When we talk about pleasure, people hear the word pleasure and it's like, whoa, what are you talking about? Pleasure.
Mhm.
Pleasure is biting into a fruit and just feeling good about the taste of it. But
And I
again,
think anything can be pleasure as long as it's pleasurable to you. And I think the whole blockage for women is the shame because, like I said
correct.
before, we consider, or even television has shown us, only certain type of women do certain type of things. Oh, the streetwalkers, the night walkers, or the the fast girls. They do those type of things, and so you think, oh, I'm not that way, so of course I wouldn't do that. So if once we get over feeling ashamed and just
Mhm.
focus more on the fact that then I think that will be better off at the end of the day.
Getting rid of the shame. That's where we begin.
That's
Get
what it
rid of the
boils down to.
shame.
So, what other type of
You're
I was saying, what other type of tricks or the trades do you have?
trick. I encourage women to get in touch with sensations. I'm telling you, the technology will win every single time. You're back. I can see you guys very well, but it's the sound component. Can you hear me? Okay.
Mute. Hello?
Okay.
I can hear you now.
So probably only for 10 seconds though. So
Huh?
every other 10 seconds we off, honey.
Is it
StreamYard 10, Tasha and Tamika 0, honey. We losing the battle.
is it the Wi-Fi?
No, it's the microphones. They like keep having an intermittent connection, so it could be the Wi-Fi, but it's like an intermittent connection.
Yeah, this is the first time my technology has not threatened my freedom.
Listen, honey, I'm about to go to jail in about 5 seconds. 5 seconds. So okay, so
I remember you asked me if there was any other tips and tricks, but I won't call them tricks. I would call them tools. And I just encourage women to explore more sensations.
Mm-hmm.
You know, get more in touch with your body. You know, I look at us, our busy lives and our busy minds. We actually don't know our bodies.
Right.
And you talked earlier about women who wouldn't even look at her precious pearl. But even from a forensic nurse standpoint, that's dangerous. Because when I'm looking for deviation from from any part of your vulva, and I ask women, do you normally have this mark here, or do you normally have this scar here? They're like, oh, I've never looked, I don't know. Mm-hmm. So when you know, even from that standpoint, it's dangerous.
Right.
I've seen women with warts and various anomalies, and they're like, oh, I never knew I had that. And I would say, you actually need to get this checked out by the doctor.
And how would you not know if you're down there feeling around? And
they don't.
A huge proponent of going ahead and taking your mirror and looking down there.
Yes, the mirror. I'm such a huge fan of, honey, get you a mirror. Mm-hmm. Check that thing out.
So when it comes to educating women in regards to one, knowing what your anatomy looks like down there, right? Mm-hmm. And be a big advocate for that, because we call this area, back in the day, our pocketbook, and no one should be able to get in your pocketbook, and basically neither should you, because the pocketbook is sacred. So we have no idea what that pocketbook looks like. And now in today's age, we're advocating for young women to at least know what their anatomy looks like. So if there's anything wrong, or they see some type of deviation or discharge that's changed or whatever, you will know what that feels like, right? So
Mhm.
then when we move beyond that, when it comes to intimacy, how can we teach women to want to connect all centers of our body to make sure that we can enjoy the pleasure of being intimate with our significant other? What do you tell women, and how to do that to make sure that happens?
Sometimes you have to hold women's hands through that part because it's a struggle. It's a struggle between, and a lot of us is coming from a religious standpoint,
That part.
and so they are rooted firm in what shouldn't be.
Mm-hmm.
And so it requires a lot of breaking down before we could build up.
Right.
And it depends on how deeply rooted an individual is. And that's what I have found in practice. Some of my hardest women to work with are the ones who are truly religious. And there's that misalignment between their religious beliefs and practices and teachings growing up and their deep internal desires, what they want. And
Mm.
so there's this fight between what I feel like I should be doing, but if I do it, I'm going to be damned to hell.
Mm.
So a whole lot of work comes into, let's talk about this. And granted, there are ways to experience and explore your femininity, your divine pleasure, without interfering with your religious beliefs. So that's not even, I'm not even saying walk away from your religion if that's who you are, but it's learning the ways and understanding that you serve a God that gave you something not to be ashamed of it.
Right.
And
It's a
and
gift, honey.
pleasure was created inside of you for a reason. And so it starts there. Others who are not so religiously inclined, we do a lot of work around sensation and breath work. Because I
Right.
say, woman, you've got to breathe into the womb, honey. You have got to breathe inside of you, and you will be surprised at what you wake up. So, a session meeting with me talks about breath work, sensation, mind shifts, mental model destruction. A lot of that stuff needs to happen in order for you to tap into what is your pleasure blueprint. I know we talk about love language, and boy, you can hear that being thrown around. What's your love language? What's your love language? And you feel like you know it, right? You can easily look at someone and say, "Oh, I'm an act of kindness." Oh, you could tell people what you are, but what is your erotic blueprint? What is that? A lot of times we don't know. Technology, girl.
Not bleeding.
All right. I'd like to thank you guys for joining us tonight. It appears our hosts, they're having some technical difficulties. I tell you, the technology will always win. You will come as prepared as possible, and you will get hijacked by this technology. So join us again as we will revisit the sacred feminine, the erotic blueprint.